Gemini, this feels like an exciting connection that you're in. Now, there are some challenges that are happening in this connection, but there's this celebratory vibe that you and this person have, at least when you are with each other right now. It says holiday out here, and it says enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. And so this energy, it really feels like when you all are connected, you all have a way of celebrating and enjoying each other and having fun. It feels like that's a very important vibe. Now, there's another thing that's coming up, Gemini, where there may have been a birthday or some type of gathering or some type of celebration that happened recently, and it was at this event that something was revealed, something happened that did not feel exactly good, healthy, or comfortable to you, Gemini. Now we're going to get some tarot cards out here in just a moment. I have a placement out here for the hidden truth that you are in right now, Gemini, for the nature of the connection, which I just read a little bit from, and for what's happening with the person who's on your mind and your heart right now. I'm going to start with some tarot cards for the nature of this connection. God, angel, spirit guys, tell us a little bit more. There's rendezvous out here. Oh, beneath the deck, best friend. I don't want to forget that. This is really important. And beneath this card, I just saw this card, is third party. It says friendship is vital to your romance, feelings deepen and blossom. And then third party here, it says you may be dealing with a karmic situation. Okay. Now, for some of you, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. Some of you, you're not talking to this person. There's some type of splinter. There's a disconnection here. There's something that has happened. And this information came through to you from a friend. This information came through to you from someone that you trust. It kind of feels like someone told someone about a situation that has happened or that is happening that has increased suspicion or confirmed something related to a third party. And if it was not a third party, it was some other dealing that still betrayed, it feels like, Gemini, your trust in this situation right here or right now. Now, for some of you, this is very specific, okay? For some of you, Gemini, there has been suspicion that the person that's on your mind and your heart has some type of dealings with your friend, someone that you consider to be friend. That's what's coming up here. Now we're going to get some tarot cards out here for you, Gemini. What is the nature of this connection between Gemini and the person that's on their mind and their heart right now? It feels like secrecy. There's a lot of secrecy here. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What is the nature of this connection? Tell us a little bit more. Okay, so a divine choice. The lovers is out here, Gemini. It's also you. Okay, got those flying cards. Okay, so Gemini, this is you out here. We have the King of Cups in reverse, so it kind of feels like could be playing some emotional games here in the connection, and it could be because of what has happened. It's time for everything to be laid on the table, Gemini, and you and this other person have to make a decision that makes sense for the two of you. It's like laying the cards out. But it kind of feels like this is showing up more like a revelation that has happened in this connection. And then the King of Pentacles is facing me in reverse. So the cards that can speak to a sacred partnership, right? Being the other half to a connection that has a sacred aspect to it, that is a beautiful connection. It just feels like there's something in this connection that's upside down. Two people where they're not standing upright in their energy, and it's being revealed. It's come to the surface here. And so maybe in some way, Gemini, I know that this is you showing up, but a decision has had to be made. So we have some water energy out here that feels like Pisces energy out here. We have Virgo energy. We have Scorpio energy out here as well. And then we have you for the nature of this connection. Now, what I'm going to look at though is what was working well in this connection. Because I know for some of you, Gemini, you probably missed this other person. You're probably wondering if you can reconcile, right? No judgment here. So I'm going to get some energy out here to see what was working well in this connection for Gemini and this other person. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. You know what? It just kind of feels like in this connection, the thing that has worked well, thank you, God, angel, spirit guides, is accepting that you all walk away from each other, and this is it's a completion. Okay, like almost like a finally getting all the information, putting all the cards on the table, and then letting go. So Gemini, I'm speaking to a couple where you're not connected right now. You probably miss this person. You probably do miss this person, Gemini, and that's normal. That's a normal feeling. So I don't want you to feel guilt or shame about that. That's a part of it. That's the morning after feeling when something like this happens. But it kind of feels like what has been working well is that you all decided to go in another direction, and this is a completion card here. So Gemini, I'm going to come over to you, and I want to tell you that I wish I could wrap my arms around you and hug you, and we have some tea, or hang out or something, because this kind of thing that happens in a connection, it can be devastating. And I don't want to zoom past that, not recognizing how real or how painful this can feel. And I hope that you're taking care of yourself, you're loving yourself, and you are remembering your worth and your value here. Now, the oracle messages that popped out, Gemini, for you is, I replay our conversations over and over. It kind of feels like you've probably been in that space where you're wondering, like, man, where did we go wrong? They said that they loved me. They said that they weren't doing this. They made me feel that they weren't this kind of person. You're kind of working through that in your mind. I left when I saw you with someone. And so for some of you, it's when you heard it, when someone shared this information with you. And for some of you, you literally went through someone's phone, you confronted someone, and it became clear that this person had a third party kind of energy, or switch around the energy, vice versa. But I'm really feeling, Gemini, this is the other person that we're speaking to about this matter. We need to let each other go is what's on your mind and your heart. And I'm going to get some tarot cards out here as well for Gemini, God, angel, spirit guides. What is their true feeling about the person who's on their mind and their heart right now? For Gemini, please, what is their true feeling for the person who's on their mind and their heart right now? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Yeah, it just feels like you want, this popped out in reverse, the Capricorn devil energy. You want to be free to have a connection that's healthy and loving. It just kind of feels like you want to be out of any bondage. You're tired of your power, your desire. It just feels like you don't want to be suppressed in any way when it comes to a connection. You want a connection that's healthy, not toxic. And so with this person, for some of you, this third party stuff has been going on for a while. It's not like it just kind of came out of nowhere the way that I'm framing it. It's kind of been suspicion for a long time. Maybe this person has been forgiven by you for a long time. And so it just kind of feels like you don't want there to be the toxicity with love. With this person, you want there to be a free, equal exchange. It's almost like you would like, Gemini, you would like for this person to be as committed as you, who is willing to give you what you're willing to give them, and you're ready to be out of anything, again, toxic here. Okay, that's powerful. God, angel, spirit guides, what do they want from this connection? Tell us a little bit more. What does Gemini want from this connection? Tell us a little bit more. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What does Gemini want from this connection? Okay, it just kind of feels like you're ready to let it go. 4 and the 5. This popped out first and then this one, but I'm going to put them in the order chronologically, right? So it's kind of like when we get to a point where we're like, I'm done. I want to protect myself from this pain, right? And because of the grief, because of the pain over the years, for some of you, over the months with these cups being out here, it just kind of feels like you're wanting to hold off. Your fingers are crossed. So your fingers are crossed. Your arms are crossed. So cross watcher for Gemini, it just kind of feels like this person needs a little bit of space so that they can remember their thinking. It's a hard no right now. Now this is a temporary energy for Gemini, but it's a no right now. You're like, no. You're spending time thinking about what it is that you really want, and you're still feeling the grief and the pain right now. But Gemini, I'm going to be honest with you. I usually don't do future readings or fortune telling readings. Sometimes it just comes up and is strong. Obviously, you want to be obedient to that. But usually I don't do that because I think that it's more about picking up the vibration of where someone is right now and making an informed decision for the future based off of that, right? That's just how I read. That's how it makes sense for me, and how it always has. And so, there's something about this reading though, okay, with all of that prefacing that I just did, that says that you and this person might come back around to each other again. Now, free will, divine choice, because this is temporary. And you have a clear understanding about what you'd like to see from this person, which lets me know that it's a possibility that you and this person might try to work this out. But I'm going to get some cards out here for this person, because maybe that will also inform if this is someone that you still want to deal with or that you'd like to have in your energy. Their hidden truth for you, though, Gemini, is I know I was a distraction from your pain. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. And for some of you, you put them in the friend zone. I want to be more than friends. And beneath that card, I just noticed it says, I want you. Beneath this card, I just noticed, I'm afraid to contact you. Okay. So for those of you who are not connected, if they're in the doghouse, you're probably wondering, like, they should be calling and fixing this and all of that stuff. But it might also be because this person is feeling so much guilt and shame about what has happened, and they're not testing the water to test your temperature yet, because they're still in their own energy figuring this out. Now, God, angel, spirit guides, for Gemini's person, I'm gonna do this deck. The person that's on Gemini's mind and heart right now, the person who is on Gemini's mind and heart right now, what is their true feeling for Gemini? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Their true feeling for Gemini. Let's see. Their true feeling, their true intentions. I don't know what that one is yet. Okay. Now we have the Four of Wands here, and then we have Justice here. Now, the way that this popped out is it popped out in reverse. And so, the Four of Wands, as you know, it's all about belonging, marriage, potential, family together. And they want things to be fair. They want things to weigh out. They're hoping that the judgment works out in their favor, is what this feels like in terms of you deciding if you all can move forward and beyond. God, angel, spirit guides, why was the Four of Wands in reverse here? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. It's like they're hoping that it's going to work out where you all will be able to work this out. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. There's a lot of judgment and justice out here too. Some of you, this has to do with something legal. For some of you, this is a very specific message that's coming through, because we have this judgment out here for the connection. We have this out here for your true feelings and what you're wanting from this person. And then we also have more balanced scale energy. So you could be dealing with someone that is a Libra, because it's definitely giving that vibe as well. Could be dealing with someone who's a Taurus, could be dealing with someone who is an Aries. Those are some of the signs that are out here. But for those of you where this is a little bit deeper and there's some type of battle going on for custody or for the home, or, there's, a divorce, it just kind of feels like this person is thinking, I hope that this works out for me, like for my advantage over the other person. Okay, let's see. God, angel, spirit guides, what do they want in this connection? Let's put these cards back in here and see if they come back out. Sometimes that confirms the message. God, angel, spirit guides, what is it that they want from this connection? Gemini, person who's on Gemini's mind and their heart, what is it that they want from this connection? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Let's see. But they are also hoping that, they're also hoping that you will forgive them. They're hoping that you will make a decision to come back home, is what's coming up too for some of you, to let them move back in. That they're hoping that you all will get to a place where you reconcile. I think I made that clear. But so what they want from you, opportunity, new beginning, right? To continue to grow. But then we have the Five of Wands out here. This person is kind of still in this energy of passion, of having, it feels like you're still going to, Gemini, if you've been feeling like you're competing for this person because there's another person around, another suitor around, it kind of feels like they're still in that, right? And the reason why I feel like that, if these two were just out here, it kind of feels like they're willing to fight for an opportunity for you, right? That's kind of what would be the message here. But because we have this Knight of Wands here, it's this shallow kind of like I want to come in because I like the feeling of winning. I like the feeling of being able to have access to you and to avenge myself, but I'm not here to stay. That's what this feels like. It doesn't feel like this person is truly done with their ways quite yet. And Crosswatcher, I love you. I'm not trying to send you, but I'm just reading what's kind of coming through. This energy is kind of like, I'm in my passion right now because I lost something, and I don't like being in the doghouse. I don't want to lose out, so I'm going to rush in. But once this person gets back into your love and into your energy, you know, are they going to be willing to be committed to you and actually try again, do it again, and be the person that's going to be a committed, healthy, monogamous lover? It kind of feels like they're still working through this a little bit. Okay, in their energy, I think they really do believe that they want a committed relationship with you, but it kind of feels like they're not even able to really assess their true desires and what they want in a connection right now. So this kind of feels like a caution to you, Gemini, in this energy right now, because you all do care about each other a lot. You like this person a lot, maybe even in love with this person, but good communication, getting clarity, taking your time, because this is a rushed energy. You know, flying in real fast. Okay, look, let's fix this right now. Do anything without thinking about what it is that you're doing it for or the why. So honest, hard, sometimes communication to slow down, to slow the pace, truly reveals to you and this other person if you all could have exactly what it is that you want. I love you, Gemini. I know that reading was kind of rocky. Whole lot of stuff flying through, but I hope that it helps in some way. And I also hope I get to see you next week in another 4 Paths Healing Tarot message. Take care. Bye.